Ladies and gentlemen, before we move to our next bout, remember, get your drinks at the JRC window powered by Interstate Roofing Bar. Also, Andy's House is the official medical transportation company of Sparta. There they are, I hear them over there. Interstate Roofing, the official roofing partner of Sparta. Modelo, the official beer of Sparta. We're moving over to the cage. Our next bout of the evening is Elimination MMA bouts coming for three-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, GAGE GAYNOR.
Little light heavyweight MMA action up next. As Stewie said, three-minute rounds. Gonna get pumped up, might as well do it with Def Leppard. Some Vaseline on the brow, the nose, and the cheeks allows the gloves to slide off so the leather doesn't stick, tear, or cause a cut. Hate to see a fight get stopped for a cut that wasn't actually damaging, so that's why they do that. Check the fighter for weapons, no knives, no nunchucks.
Those fingernails, even worse.
Fingernails,
the
even
worst
worse.
kind. I am curious how noticeable this temperature change is in here for these fighters.
Introducing his opponent out of the red corner, RORY Light.
For those not familiar with what Drew's referencing, we're sitting in a hockey rink and we've got ice underneath the flooring and you can feel the coolness. Probably 15 degrees warmer in the dressing rooms.
I made a lap back there. It's not any warmer back there.
It's not any warmer.
I think we're warming up in some heavy winter coats.
Our tail of the tape brings us GAGE GAYNOR out of Fort Collins, Colorado. He's the 22-year-old, 6 feet 3 inch tall, 204-pound debut fighter. Lists his style as physical. Facing off against RORY Light, made the long drive from altitude from Avon, Colorado. He's 34 years old, also 6'3", made the 205 limit. A little more experience, a 1-on-1, lists himself as a striker. Let's take it up to Stewie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an Elimination MMA bout scheduled for three-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the Mike Maroney Ford blue corner. He's a physical style fighter making his debut. See, at 6 foot 3 inches tall, he weighed in at 204 pounds with Trials MMA from Fort Collins, Colorado, 12 GAGE GAYNOR! Fighting out of the Interstate Roofing powered by JRC window, red corner. He's a striker with a record of 1 win, 1 loss. See, at 6 foot 3 inches tall, he weighed in at 205 pounds with Blood Diamond Academy from Avon, Colorado, RORY Spartacus Referee Yoel Ojeda.
Rory Light bears a striking resemblance to Stephen Bonner.
I now can't unsee that.
Right.
I'm not wrong.
Now, I'm very curious with the fighting style physical. Is it going to be more of a wrestling approach or?
Just come out throwing bombs. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what he comes out with.
Out of Trials MMA, they got a lot of stud wrestlers in that camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if he leans heavily on a wrestling game.
Opening up with some big strikes, though.
I'd say as he wings an overhand right.
Light being more light on his feet, pun intended.
Both fighters have crisp striking starting off. Looks pretty good. We'll see who breaks it off first.
Light has been using his in and out footwork and landing his rear hand often in this first round.
I agree, a little more accurate is Light. Gaynor's taking a couple of hard shots, but he's taking them well. See if that makes him decide to go for a clinch or a takedown game.
Looks like both fighters are going for the overhand. We'll have to see who connects first.
Light's bringing that left hand from his hip.
I think Gaynor needs to make that recognition and keep his lead hand up because Light's throwing this overhand often.
Oh, might have been an unintentional eye poke
Yeah,
there.
I think so. We'll have a timeout, let Light recover from that, hopefully recover.
Eye poke so hard to avoid in these finger gloves.
You see it happen so often. Is there anything you can do to maybe slight change in the glove design?
I think the UFC and other promotions are doing a better job of adding a curvature to the gloves, so that way it kind of like forces your hand to stay a little bit closer to shut. But I mean, it's really hard to do because we train with our hands open, to be more methodical and technical, and unfortunately we defend with our fingers out. And then it makes it, you question, how quickly can you recover from an eye poke? I mean, you're going back in there to engage in more conflict, and if you can only see out of one eye.
All right, Light back on the bicycle, ready to go.
Again with the overhand.
Oh, good shots from both fighters.
Light doing a better job of keeping his defense high and deflecting with his forearms, but both these guys are swinging leather.
And nobody has any interest in a grappling game yet. Ready, or rather willing to stand and bang.
Currently have a kickboxing fight in 4-ounce gloves, which I enjoy.
I always say that's a tough way to make a living, but there's some folks that like it.
I like to see Light maybe set up a few low kicks and then go to the overhand.
Gaynor is starting to, get his momentum on his side, now creating angles, start setting up his punches.
Light has some blood leaking out of his nose. 10-second clacker, and they trade a couple of hard strikes. Good first round, fairly even back and forth striking. Both fighters willing to stand in the pocket and trade hard strikes. Both of them showing they have a solid chin.
I think Light started off extremely well with his footwork and his combinations, but Gaynor is now starting to find his own rhythm. And it being his debut fight, there's definitely a little bit of anxiety you got to get over, but I'm starting to see his momentum expanding in the later part of that round.
You can see on your screen right now Ryan Schultz in the corner of Gaynor, former fighter himself, longtime head coach at Trials MMA. And take us through the replay here, Michael.
Yeah, again, both fighters are trying to hit that overhand. It seems like, again, I'd like to see a few low kicks and then maybe try to go to the overhand there.
Cage doors locked. Here we go, round 2.
Gaynor is starting this round with a better hand placement and jab.
I was just going to say, definitely more accuracy on his strikes for Gaynor. And Light starting to hesitate a little bit to close that distance. You can see he's starting to wear some blood on his chest and torso. Wouldn't mind seeing some more straight punches out of Light. He's putting a lot of power, and when he lands, it's serving him well, but almost everything comes from a winging position, and Gaynor's starting to get the timing on that.
Light coming out with his overhand again, which found a home.
Right, sometimes that's good just to have the basics again, just going to a jab, maybe a low kick or a double jab, and then maybe set yourself up for the overhand.
Thing about the light heavyweights and heavyweights, they all have so much power. They sometimes get into that game of, hey, one shot, I know I can make this my fight.
That is true. One good headshot.
Gaynor much better with his in and out footwork this round. I think probably his corner got into his ear a little bit about that, told him to manage the distance better.
Ooh, Light putting together a great combination. There we go.
Finally a little ground action. It's just a slip by Light. Gaynor takes full advantage, full mount.
Gaynor was talking to the ref about something.
I was going to say,
can't tell.
I don't know what that was about. Strong move by Light.
Oh. And Light lets him back up to his feet.
So the mouthpiece flew out of the octagon. That's what the referee was being talked to about. Shades of UFC 1 with Taylor Tui.
Can't say it enough. A custom mouthpiece is what all these guys need to invest into.
You only need it once and it pays for itself.
Yes. Light showing how tough he is. Despite the blood, always moving forward and really just banking on these overhands. Here we go, the first takedown.
That was like a Josh Koscheck drive him across the cage. Came from the parking lot with that one. Well done. Ends up a mount, but only 10 seconds left to work. Gaynor going to try to get off with a flurry of strikes here to end the round. Light doing a good job wrapping him up.
I mean, Gaynor, I think, pulled away that round with just that takedown at the end there.
Agreed. And Light really wearing the marks underneath both eyes and blood coming out of his nose. Michael, how do you have the fight scored so far?
I think it might be pretty even. Both fighters, again, they're trying to wind up for that big overhand shot. Some are landing, some aren't, so it's going back and forth quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see who can capitalize on his third round, who has the cardio, who really put in the gym time.
And we're checking out the replay here. This is where earlier in the fight, Gaynor was able to gain full mount. Light did a really nice job of escaping. Wasn't a super technical escape, but man, his strength was on display getting out from under there.
Going into this round, I have a dead even 1-1. So whoever wins this round should win the fight.
Well, sounds like all three of us see it the same way. I have a 1-1 alt as well. Little problem with the cage door here.
Gaynor is starting to show a little swelling on his left cheek.
You're right.
Probably from all those overhands that Light was throwing.
Oh, yeah. That's quite puffy, as it were. Well, both these guys know they're in a fight, no doubt about that. Wow, hard shots from both. One more time, Gaynor trying to work the takedown game.
But Light, impressive job staying on his feet and reversing the position to now he ended up on top. But now he's in an interesting leg lock position, which he was able to escape out of. Light doing a good job of using his legs to pass this guard. Looking over to get into side control to cause more damage.
You can see the damage there a little bit. He's leaking from his nose.
No strikes, no submission setups from Light. Looks like he's just going to try to improve his position. He wanted to step over to full mount, but Gaynor did the right thing by blocking it with his legs. Gaynor trying to shrimp up now.
I mean, if he's aware, of the scorecards, being on top for majority of this round could seal him the victory. So if I was in his position, take little risk and then just maintain this position.
Good job with leg control by Light. Gaynor was starting to get his knees underneath him. Light grabbed those ankles, pulled his legs out straight, but underneath them. I could hear the corner of Gaynor just a little bit saying he needs to finish it.
The scramble is going to be important of who ends up on top.
Just
Gaynor nearly keeping the back, and he's secured the back.
That was a great job in the scramble. Nice positioning by Gaynor. Let's see if he tries to set in the choke here.
And there it is. He's under the chin. He's got the arm trapped. That's a checkmate.
That's it. Wow, what a great comeback. Fighting from off the bottom, able to reverse positions, take back control. Congratulations, Mr. Gaynor. Jumping up on the side of the cage. That'll earn him a suspension from the commission. They are quite particular about that in Colorado. And our first somewhat bloody affair of the evening. I see the towel patrol over here getting ready to mop things up. Well, congratulations to the fighter who listed his style as physical. Out of Trials MMA, Mr. 12, Gage Gaynor. Taking home the debut victory. And here we see him wrapping up the choke. You called it, Drew, said he had the arm under the chin. Then when you're that strong, just a quick squeeze and going home with the victory.
I mean, that's checkmate. There's no way out of that one.
All right, up to Stewie.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ojeda called a stop to this bout. 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the third round, declaring your winner by submission with a rear naked choke, 12 Gage Gaynor!